What's the cost of living in Rancho Cucamonga? That's one of the most common questions future Rancho Cucamonga residents ask me all the time. That's what we'll be exploring today because you might be considering moving to Rancho Cucamonga or simply just want to learn more about the city for future reference. Now, please make sure to watch it to the very end because that's the only way you will get complete cost of living breakdown. Hi, and welcome home, Hiljin Homes, where you will find real estate information that no one else is sharing with you. Now, if you are a first-time homebuyer, a millennial first-time homebuyer, and you have any questions about the process of buying a home, feel free to shoot me a direct message, and do not forget to download my free guide linked down below, a first-time homebuyer's guide to purchasing their very first home. Okay, so let's dig in. We'll start by taking a look at each cost category, then I'll give you a quick summary with my view of how much it ultimately costs to live here and what quality of life you can expect based on your budget. So here we go. So first up, the most important thing, let's just considering housing. Obviously, this is a huge one. The average home in Rancho Cucamonga sells for $787,500. Now, this is the typical price for a single family home. A typical 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, about maybe 1,300 to 1,500 square feet. So if you are looking for something larger or smaller, prices, of course, are going to vary dependent on the size, square footage, lot size, things of that matter. Now, with mortgage interest rates being around 7% range, right now you can expect housing to cost you an average of $4,402 per month. Now, of course, along with the housing, you'll need to know what you'll be paying for utilities. So right now, the average cost of electricity is around $100 per month, give or take. Water runs about another $100 per month, while sewer and trash are likely to put you out about $75 per month. In addition, high-speed internet, wireless internet is going to cost you about $80 per month, while gas will be around $75 per month. Add all of these expenses together, that costs about $430 a month. Now, obviously, you want to add the monthly utility expenses, add that to your mortgage, and that's going to cost roughly $4,850 per month on average. To kind of summarize everything, cost of living to pay your mortgage at a 7% interest rates plus your utility bill, $4,800 per month living in Rancho Cucamonga. Hey, by the way, if you are finding value in this video, can you do me a favor by liking and subscribing? It really helps the channel a lot. And again, if you haven't downloaded my first time homebuyer's guide to purchasing their home, it's a free link down below. Feel free to get it at any moment in time. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. So now it's time to think about your personal needs. How much do groceries cost in Rancho Cucamonga? Obviously, that depends on several different factors: how big your family is, where you're shopping for groceries, how often you're having to shop, etc. Now, groceries will not be any more different than any other city in California. Typically, a carton of milk in Rancho Cucamonga is going to cost about the same in Orange County, for example. A bottle of water is going to be about the same. Gas prices might be a little different, things of that nature. The one big thing that you will have to consider is just the tax rate. If you're coming from a city that has a lower tax rate than Rancho Cucamonga, you're going to have to factor that in when you pay for groceries. But a dozen of eggs is going to be about the same price as a dozen of eggs in a different city. I would suggest, if you are thinking about moving here to Rancho Cucamonga, just look at the tax rate. That's going to be probably the biggest difference in factor and price when you do come out to Rancho. Now let's consider how you'll get to the grocery store. We'll take a look at transportation. Now, average gas prices here in Rancho Cucamonga is sitting about $4.50 right now for 87, which is kind of like I think they call it the unleaded. There's the cheapest gas that you could find in any fuel pump. And gas prices historically in California is pretty much higher compared to the average in everywhere else in the United States. Now, to get around the city, you obviously have the chance or opportunity to use the popular ride-share programs, such as Lyft and Uber. I know there are other kind of smaller ones out there, but those are the two popular ones. But if you do not like rideshare, you're not comfortable with rideshare, you could also use the Omnitrans for those who prefer the bus route. Now, the passes are very reasonable, costing about $2 for a single ride, $6 for a day pass, and $20 for a 7-day pass. Now, if you actually like to use the Omnitrans or public transportation kind of year round, I would highly suggest just to go for the monthly pass, which will cost you $60. Unlimited rides from there, back, to and fro throughout the city. So great Omnitrans. transportation system here in Rancho Cucamonga. Now, another huge cost that you may not think about is healthcare. Now, hopefully, you won't have any emergencies, but you'll likely at least want to find a good primary care physician for annual checkups and prescriptions. Now, in Rancho Cucamonga, average healthcare costs around $350 per month for a single person. Now, obviously, this is going to change from person to person. One of the higher degree plans is going to cost a lot more money. And obviously, if you work for a company, that's going to be covered. So you have to kind of do your own diligence when it comes to the healthcare. Now, if you are moving to the beautiful city of Rancho, you are going to definitely want to try out a few restaurants. Now, the average prices at most of these kind of date night restaurants are going to cost you about $20 per person. Now, this is not considering drinks. This is not considering dessert or an appetizer, kind of be your main dish, right? And $20 per person. So talk about a $40 tab just for a typical entree at date night. Again, at date night, that's not all you're gonna have realistically. You'll probably have the appetizers, a few cocktails, maybe even the dessert. So that will easily run you upwards to $150 for the beautiful restaurants here in Rancho Cucamonga. Now, finally, let's just consider the average cost to rent here in Rancho Cucamonga. Now, if you aren't ready to buy a home yet and you want to start out with rental while you look at your options, you can expect to pay an average of $2,500 per month for a typical 2-bedroom, 2-bath rental. Now, prices will obviously rise with more rooms and higher square footage, and for the more luxury apartments, you can expect to easily pay $3,000, $3,500 per month for the same 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. Now, most rentals will not include utilities, so you'll definitely have to factor that in. Overall, the cost to rent is going to be about $3,000 per month. Now, a huge reminder, the cost of living in Rancho Cucamonga will vary considerably for you based on your specific family and life situation. However, I can safely say that the overall cost of living is higher compared to other cities of the similar size. However, it's not higher compared to kind of well-known cities here in California, Los Angeles, San Francisco, or San Diego, which is very, very much more expensive than living here in Rancho Cucamonga. All right, if you like what you hear and you're hoping to make Rancho Cucamonga your next home, please let me know. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a direct message. Be happy to assist in any single way. And again, for all you first-time home buyers, download my free PDF book located in the description box below. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I appreciate you watching the video. Hope you got a lot of value, and I will see you guys in the next one.